Direct attack on Pakistan Army.
मेरे पाकिस्तानियों, ये है वक्त अपनी आज़ादी लेने का। हकीकी आज़ादी के लिए हम सबको कुर्बानियां देनी पड़ेंगी।
Imran Khan compares Pakistan Army to Genghis Khan's massacre.
चंगेज खान एक शहर फतह करता था, कत्लेआम करता था, और फिर थोड़े से लोगों को जिनको जिंदा छोड़ता था, उनको चारों तरफ कहता था कि बताओ दुनिया को कि मैं कितना जालिम और मैंने कितना जुल्म किया।
Is Imran inciting people to rise against Pakistan security forces?
थोड़ी सी पुलिस है, 1000 है, 70,000 है, 80,000 है, कितनी है? 22 करोड़ 23 करोड़ अवाम है। जिस वक्त अवाम ने फैसला कर लिया, हम आजाद हो जाएंगे।
Will Imran Khan be tried by Pakistani military courts?
तो यू आर एक्चुअली ऑन एक्टिंग ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ आवर एनिमी। वो इंडिया जो है इस किस्म की ख्वाहिशात रखता होगा, पाकिस्तान में अगर कोई इस किस्म की ख्वाहिश रखेगा तो फिर उसको आर्मी एक्ट के तहत ही उसके ऊपर ट्रायल होना चाहिए।
Imran versus Army. Fight to finish? That's our top focus on India First.
Pakistan is truly becoming a theatre of the absurd. A former federal minister in Pakistan, Fawad Hussain Chaudhry, sprinted back to the Islamabad High Court moments after he got bail when he saw the anti-terror squad head towards him to arrest him once again. Watch those images carefully. Fawad Chaudhry is a former federal minister in Pakistan. He's former federal information minister. He had been taken into custody after the May 9 violence in Pakistan. He was granted bail earlier this morning. As he stepped into his car, he saw a vehicle of the anti-terror squad and the Islamabad police approaching. Watch those images. Fearing he would be rearrested, he sprinted back into the protection of the court with the police hot on his heels. He was breathless, but at least for now, not in police custody, at least not for the next 48 hours. I'm Gaurav Sawant. We will get you the latest on the Pakistan front, and this is where there's a major confrontation brewing between Imran Khan on one side and the Pakistan government and the army on the other. But first, as always, the headlines. Decision on Karnataka Chief Minister delayed. Congress President meets DK Shivakumar and Ramayan, but there will be more rounds of meetings tomorrow. Open war between Sachin Pilot and Ashok Gehlot camps in Rajasthan. Gehlot government books a Pilot camp MLA for an alleged land fraud. MLA accuses the Chief Minister of conspiracy. Big development in the Kashi Mandir case. Court allows Archaeological Survey of India to carry out a survey of the entire Gyanvapi Mosque complex. The next hearing is on the 22nd of May. Supreme Court Collegium recommends 2 names for elevation as Supreme Court judges: the Chief Justice of the Andhra Pradesh High Court, Prashant Kumar Mishra, and Senior Advocate KV Vishwanathan. Delhi police record statements of 6 alleged molestation victims of the Wrestling Federation chief Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, including that of a minor. The WFI chief also submits key documents. Big story coming in from Pakistan, where the police have announced a massive nationwide crackdown against rioters and arsonists after multiple military installations, including the Lahore Corps Commander's residence, Pakistan Air Force Base at Miawali, Pakistan's Punjab Regimental Centre at Mardan, General Headquarters in Rawalpindi were targeted amongst other buildings. Several buildings were torched, some were targeted. The Punjab Province Police have announced a massive crackdown. The latest information that we are getting in from Pakistan, this is a crackdown on Imran backers. 3,368 people have been taken into custody. 152 arsonists and those who indulged in vandalism have been identified, and this is particularly at the Lahore Corps Commander's residence in and around that location at Jinnah House. 162 police personnel were injured according to information put out by Pakistan's Punjab Province Police. 94 police vehicles were damaged. There was also damage caused to 22 buildings. That's the information that's coming in. We can also tell our viewers that the Chief Minister of the province of Punjab in Pakistan has said rules are being modified to ensure that the arsonists, vandals and the rioters who indulged in arson, also the people who incited the mob, may be tried not just under Pakistan Army Act but also under anti-terrorism laws and the Official Secret Act. Pakistan's Defence Minister Khwaja Asif has justified the use of Pakistan Army Act even against civilians.
जब सियासतदान जो है मिलिट्री इंस्टॉलेशन को जो है डैमेज करेंगे, वो उस वक्त जो है जब डैमेज कर रहे होते हैं आप एसेट्स को, मिलिट्री एसेट्स को या उनकी यादगारों को या उनके हेडक्वार्टर्स को या तंसीबात को जब हमला कर रहे होते हैं, जिस तरह मियांवाली में हुआ है, तो यू आर एक्चुअली ऑन एक्टिंग ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ आवर एनिमी. वो इंडिया जो है इस किस्म की ख्वाहिशात रखता होगा, पाकिस्तान में अगर कोई इस किस्म की ख्वाहिश रखेगा तो फिर उसको आर्मी एक्ट के तहत ही उसके ऊपर ट्रायल होना चाहिए.
सोची समझी पूरी एक प्लानिंग थी और वो काफ़ी अरसे से सारा काम हो रहा था, बाकायदा बिल्डअप हुआ है. ये एक दिन की कहानी नहीं है. हम आपको एविडेंस से साबित करेंगे कि ये एक दिन की कहानी नहीं है. बाकायदा इसकी बुनियाद रखी गई, बाकायदा लोगों को तैयार किया गया कि वो इस दिन के लिए तैयार हों और उनको ऑर्गेनाइज किया गया.
So you heard the Deputy Inspector General of Police of Lahore, the man who's heading the investigations. He says it's a pre-planned conspiracy. You heard Khwaja Asif, the Defence Minister of Pakistan, who's justifying the use of Army Act against civilians. I want to bring in India Today's Hamza Amir joining us from Islamabad with the latest on the story. Hamza, the Lahore police says this was a planned conspiracy to burn down the Corps Commander's house. People were called on WhatsApp groups. People were incited to burn down the Corps Commander's house. But is there evidence, is there corroborative evidence that the police have shared so far?
Well, Gaurav, we've seen some video statements coming out of the people who got arrested, and they actually came out recording their statements saying that they were paid money to actually go out and be part of the riots and create unrest, be it from in Karachi, in Lahore, or even in Rawalpindi. There are many other reports also coming in that connections and contacts were done days before in the kind of May, because that is why these kind of targeted attacks were already planned. I would actually only can say this much, that Islamabad and Rawalpindi are twin cities.
Yes.
And I could see that people were blocking the ways and roads towards Islamabad, while the authorities had not put any containers or blockades on the way. It was the people who were blocking those roads in protest, and it seemed like Islamabad remained very much calm, much more silent in comparison to Rawalpindi, where GHQ was attacked. A targeted attack seems pretty much on the cards, because it's something that the establishment is maintaining, and now also the Punjab police is also saying the same thing.
So, whether it was General Headquarters, Rawalpindi, this is the Pakistan Army Headquarters, whether it's the ISI office at Faisalabad, whether it's Punjab Regimental Centre at Mardan, the Pakistan Air Force Base at Miawali, the Shoda Memorial, those who made the supreme sacrifice of their lives for Pakistan, their statues were targeted. That memorial, war memorial, was targeted. What was the wider game plan behind this? Also, there's a statement of Imran Khan that is being used, and I'll come to you for more on that story. But I want to get you more breaking news that's coming in. The National Security Council, headed by Pakistan's Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif, is learned to have given its nod for registration of cases under Pakistan Army Act against the rioters, arsonists and vandals who targeted sensitive military installations. This after a special session of the Corps Commanders Conference. Remember, yesterday the Corps Commanders briefed Pakistan Army Chief General Asim Munir, and this was a special conference of the Corps Commanders on what action was to be taken against those who targeted sensitive military installations. The National Security Council meeting occurred in the wake of these attacks, and they concurred, saying that attacks smacked of a pre-planned conspiracy to target the Lahore Corps Commander's residence. Information that's now coming in, close to 5,000 people have now been taken into custody. 5,000 protesters, arsonists and rioters have been taken into custody. The plan is also to tweak laws if need be to try these rioters under the Pakistan Army Act, the Official Secret Act and the anti-terror laws. Before we get back to Hamza Amir, let's quickly listen in to Pakistan's Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif after the conference.
9 मई को जो कुछ भी हुआ इस मुल्क के अंदर, वो पाकिस्तान की तारीख में एक स्याह तरीन दिन से याद रखा जाएगा। वो एक इंतहाई अलमनाक दिन था जिसने पाकिस्तान में करोड़ों पाकिस्तानियों में उनको गमगीन कर गया। तो हम सब आज ये बात सोचने पर मजबूर हैं कि वो कौन सा नज़रिया था, वो कौन शख्स था या वो कौन सा जथा था जिसने वतन पाकिस्तान के साथ वालियाना मोहब्बत को नजर आतिश कर दिया।
Hamza, bring us details of the next course of action. Yesterday you were reporting on the Corps Commanders Special Conference, the decision taken there and the decision taken at the National Security Council meeting today. What's the next course of action on ground?
Well, Gaurav, what was decided yesterday was absolutely, there were no arguments whatsoever. And when it came down to the National Security Committee, mind you, this is a very high-level committee meeting in which all heads of the armed forces, the intelligence agencies and the government said, basically, what the army has decided to take on as a way forward has been now endorsed by the government. And we saw earlier, even in Punjab, it was decided, and approval was given by the Chief Minister of the Punjab province, Mohsen Naqvi, that all people who have been arrested from the Punjab province as culprits behind the 9th May riots, they will be booked under the Army Act. Even that is being done, and approval was given in the Punjab province even before it was decided in the National Security Committee. So the road seems very, very clear as far as the government and the establishment is concerned.
Okay, before I get you more on the story, I want to understand from you. Is the army taking on the Supreme Court of Pakistan? Is the PDM government very clearly now decided that we will not listen to the Supreme Court of Pakistan? Because according to the Supreme Court of Pakistan, civilians cannot be tried under military law unless specific laws are made for it, and those laws will have to be made by the parliament or they can be challenged in the Supreme Court.
Well, Gaurav, these are two very important questions, and the army has been very smart in actually ingesting what they said as initially as only under the Army Act. They've also ingested into the same the Official Secret Act. Now, under the Official Secret Act, civilians can be put to trial, even politicians can be put to trial in an army's court. So that is one. Secondly, we already had the National Action Plan formed after the Ivy Public School attack in 2014, and under that route, it still stands. It needs to be reinstated, and the jurisdiction of the court or the military courts will be expanded to civilians as well. Now, once this is in place, the whole legal process is in place, the cases will be heard as it is understood now that it is going to be in military courts. Military courts, even today, Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif said that in France, when there were riots, military courts or the trials were being done even later, after past even midnight, and people were being punished for what they did. And he was hinting towards what Pakistan can also be doing. And not to forget, we're talking about at least 5,000 arrests right now and 5,000 cases under the Army Act being registered against citizens of Pakistan. That
Okay.
is a huge crackdown, a huge way forward with at least 5,000 cases being heard under the Military Act.
Is all of this aimed at targeting Imran Khan? Because each time there is a case registered against Imran Khan, and I believe there are more than 150 cases against Imran Khan, apart from the cases of May 9 violence, he gets bail from Supreme Court, or he gets bail from Islamabad High Court. He gets bail for cases that have not been registered against him according to the political leadership of PDM. Now, whether Justice Bandyal can help him or not, if it's in a military court, can Justice Bandyal, Chief Justice of Pakistan, or brother judges intervene and help Imran Khan?
Well, we don't have a history of this in the past, Gaurav. When there were military courts operating, capital punishments were being given at very fast pace. And that was being done against terrorists who were actually being taken into custody. And they were being hanged. You remember Kulbhushan Yadav's case? He was also sentenced to death by under trial under a military court,
Yes.
which was actually questioned in the ICJ later on
Yes.
and was brushed aside. Now, I don't think this is going to happen. The Supreme Court jurisdiction and its stance, as far as the government is concerned, and it seems the establishment is on ground on force as well, that they are actually siding or at least showing inclination towards leverage for Imran Khan. So their authority as far as military courts will be brushed aside, will be kept aside. And at the same time, when Imran Khan, the only strength that Imran Khan has is the public strength. Once the public is fearful of coming out on the streets, especially in provinces where rangers are deployed, where even people are picked up from their homes, that is where Imran Khan goes absolutely weak. That is why
Okay.
you see Imran Khan coming out with small video statements, 2 minutes, 1 minute statement, calling on people to come out, because that is the only
That's a
strength that he
very
has, and he
important
has to
point
take
you're
care of it.
making, and since you've made this point, I want our viewers to listen into Imran Khan. Imran Khan's biggest strength, if the Supreme Court of Pakistan, which is called Imran's judges and not impartial judges according to Maryam Nawaz, but Pakistan's former Prime Minister and Tehreek-e-Insaf leader Imran Khan remains on the warpath despite threat of cases under anti-terror laws, Pakistan's Army Act, Pakistan's Official Secret Act. Imran Khan has come out all guns blazing against the Pakistan Army and security forces, comparing the actions of the Pakistan Army in Pakistan to the invading forces of Genghis Khan, the Mongol warrior. Imran Khan stands accused of trying to incite his supporters to take on the Pakistan Army and security forces. As police in Pakistan begins a massive crackdown, arresting thousands of arsonists and rioters, Imran Khan has told his people to once again be prepared to rise against the police, saying there are a few thousand policemen. At the most, there would be 80,000 men in uniform. But if 22 crore awam of Pakistan, if 22 crore people in Pakistan rose against the men in uniform, they will have no alternative but to retreat. Is he inciting people in Pakistan against the Pakistan Army? Listen in.
जब चंगेज खान एक शहर फतह करता था, कत्लेआम करता था, और फिर थोड़े से लोगों को जिनको जिंदा छोड़ता था, उनको चारों तरफ कहता था कि बताओ दुनिया को कि मैं कितना जालिम और मैंने कितना जुल्म किया और मेरी कितनी दहशत है। उसके नतीजे से पहले से ही शहर हाथ खड़े कर देते थे लड़े बगैर। यहां भी आज वही हो रहा है। जुल्म की दास्तानें टीवी पे चलाई जा रही हैं, लोगों के घर तोड़े जा रहे हैं, उसकी वीडियोस बना के सोशल मीडिया और टीवी पे भी चल रही हैं। औरतों से कभी इस तरह का जुल्म नहीं हुआ और ऐसी उनसे बेहुरमती नहीं की गई जो आज हो रही है, लेकिन वो सबके सामने है। लोगों को सड़क पे खड़े हैं, उनको उतारते हैं, जेलों में डालते हैं। हर किस्म का खौफ फैलाया किस लिए जा रहा है कि आवाम को बताएं कि हमारे सामने कोई खड़ा होगा तो उससे इस तरह का जुल्म किया जाएगा ताकि आवाम गुलाम बन जाए। मेरे पाकिस्तानियों, ये है वक्त अपनी आज़ादी लेने का। हकीकी आज़ादी के लिए हम सबको कुर्बानियाँ देनी पड़ेंगी। थोड़ी सी पुलिस है, 1000 है, 70,000 है, 80,000 है, कितनी है? 22 करोड़ 23 करोड़ अवाम है। जब अवाम ये फैसला कर ले कि हम ये जुल्म नहीं बर्दाश्त करेंगे, जब वो फैसला कर ले कि हमारा आइन हम इनको नहीं तोड़ने देंगे, ये जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के ऊपर हमला किया गया आज, हम ये बर्दाश्त नहीं करेंगे। हमें इलेक्शन चाहिए, हमें अपने मुंतखब किए हुए नुमाइंदे चाहिए, हम किन्हीं चोरों के नीचे गुलामी नहीं करेंगे। जिस वक्त अवाम ने फैसला कर लिया, हम आज़ाद हो जाएंगे। आपने ये खौफ के बुत को तोड़ना है, और जब भी अगली कॉल आए आपने पुरअमन तरीके से, कोई तोड़फोड़ नहीं, पुरअमन तरीके से अपने हकूक, अपनी आज़ादी के लिए सड़कों पर निकला है। शुक्रिया।
Hamza, many say that Imran Khan himself could face cases under the Army Act. He could be tried by a military court. But Imran Khan remains on the warpath. He's not backing down. It seems he's taking on General Asim Munir. Hamza.
Well, Gaurav, if you see it in a way that Imran Khan is not left with too many options to work with. The only strength, as everyone has been saying for a very long time, even till today, they say Imran Khan is a strong personality and is one of the most popular leader of Pakistan. Now, popularity basically banks on the support of the people. And he has shown that he has support. Imran Khan's only strength now remains among the people, with the people, and to have their support. Even when the authorities used to come to arrest him, it was the people who were banked outside his house, living 24/7 around it, and not letting authorities to come and reach to his house to arrest him. Imran Khan does not want to let that go. That is why not only is that he is trying to engage with the people, calling them on to quite frankly, he's calling for a civil unrest. This is something not very new as far as Imran Khan is concerned. It was
heading towards civil war. His protective bail ends tonight. Wednesday, he had protective bail only till Wednesday. What happens next? Hamza in Islamabad will be tracking that story very closely. But what could happen and what's the fear in Pakistan? I want you to see some images. Minutes after getting protective bail for 2 days from Islamabad High Court, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf leader and former federal minister Fawad Chaudhry managed to escape arrest outside the Islamabad High Court as the anti-terror squad and police made a move to detain Pakistan's former information minister. Watch these images very carefully. After securing bail from Islamabad High Court, Fawad Chaudhry came out of court. He sat in his car. Watch these images. He sits in his Land Cruiser. Watch very carefully. On the other side, he suddenly notices that there's the anti-terror squad. They are walking towards him. There you see they walk. He watches and he runs. He sprints. Look at how quickly his mind reacted. He sprinted inside the court premises for protection of court. He fell down as he ran in. We'll show you that image also. He fell down. He got up again. He couldn't breathe. I mean, he's a heavy man. He couldn't breathe, but he ran to save his life. Such is the fear of the police in Pakistan at this stage. The police, the anti-terror squad and the rangers. Imagine this is a federal minister. Imagine the plight of the common man and woman in Pakistan. Incidentally, Fawad Hussain Chaudhry's wife slammed the security forces who came to arrest him moments after he got bail. Watch that image. He can barely breathe. The court had to give it in writing to the police not to arrest him, at least not for the next 48 hours.
कुछ दिनों में दूसरी दफा गिरफ्तारी क्या कहेंगे? स्मार्ट हो गए बस क्या करें, मुल्क में कोई कानून हो तो बंदा बात करे। सुप्रीम कोर्ट के अंदर से गिरफ्तारी, हाई कोर्ट की चीफ जस्टिस के ऑर्डर के बाद
कोर्ट से बेल मिलती है मेरे हस्बैंड को और बाहर गाड़ी लगा के उठाना शुरू हो जाते हैं उनको। ये इंसाफ है इस मुल्क में?
ये इस्लामाबाद पुलिस थी या पंजाब पुलिस थी?
जो भी पुलिस थी चाहे जहाँ कहीं भी है, जब एक हाई कोर्ट ने एक उसको ऑनरेबल बेल दे दी है तो आप किस हैसियत से दहशतगर्दों की तरह उसको उठा के लेके जा रहे हैं? आपने सीआईए में रखा उनको, हमने कुछ नहीं कहा, सब जेल बना के। ना आपको बच्चों का ख्याल है ना आपको बच्चियों का ख्याल है। अफसोस है मुझे इस मुल्क के ऊपर।
So as you look at these images of Fawad Chaudhry running to save his life, look at the fear on his face, look at the fear in his eyes. I also now want to show you his bravado, his claiming credit for that Pulwama terror strike in India, in which 40 of our brave CRPF personnel made the supreme sacrifice of their lives. That time he was boasting. But this is very typical of Pakistanis. They boast, but the moment they see that there's an adverse situation, they run, they scramble, they run to save their lives. Hear him.
बातें कर रहे हैं और फिर झूठ इतने एतमाद से बोल रहे हैं कि झूठा शख्स भी क्या बात करेगा। जिस एतमाद से उन्होंने आके ये बातें की यहाँ पर कि स्पीकर जनाब शाह महमूद कुरैशी साहब की टांगें कांप रही थी, कह रहे थे हिंदुस्तान हमला कर रहा है। हमने हिंदुस्तान को घुस के मारा है जनाब स्पीकर वहां पे। और पुलवामा में जो कामयाबी है, पुलवामा में जो हमारी कामयाबी है, वो इमरान खान की क़यादत में इस कौम की कामयाबी है। उसके हिस्सेदार आप भी सब हैं, उसके हिस्सेदार हम भी सब हैं।
So as a federal minister and as a PTI leader, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf Party leader, they were boasting about Pulwama, claiming it's a big strike and a big success for Pakistan. घर में घुस के मारा हिंदुस्तान को were the words that he was using. अब वही इस्लामाबाद पुलिस इनके घर में घुसकर इनको मार रही है. This is how karma catches up with such elements. We will of course track stories in Pakistan very closely, but that is all I have time for on India First this evening. Many thanks for watching. Coming up next is Abha Bakaya with Business Today.
Like your off-screen chemistry is very cool.
Really?
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, you're the first one to say this actually.
Yeah, okay.
This is a facade.
Yeah. And on screen, I believe you both are playing companions, partners.
Yeah, we don't know that yet.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Is it?
Maybe.
History says so.
उसके लिए
Not me.
देखना मत भूलिएगा. ताज season 2.
Two.
If you, by any chance, would like to describe Mehrunisa as Salim and the other way around, how would that be like?
If I had to describe Mehrunisa
Yeah, as Salim.
as Salim.
Yeah.
I have to change my wig.
Oh, Mehrunisa as Salim.
Like how?
मतलब
Yeah. How does Salim
इनकी
feel
अदाओं
about?
पे कहीं फिदा हैं, लेकिन मोहब्बत तो इन्होंने की है हमसे.
हाँ.
तो इसका मतलब हम स्पेशल हैं.
Right.
And
हाँ, राइट क्या? मेरी बारी है.
yo,
चाहे सलीम अनारकली से कितना भी प्यार कर ले, लेकिन तख्त पर बिठाने का जो जिम्मा है, वो तो हमने लिया है.
she's winning, I'm telling you.
I mean, मेहर ने लिया है. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to season 1 and the amount of love you guys have been receiving. How does it feel? Like, did you anticipated this? Is it overwhelming? How does it feel?
You have to ask him because I'm yet to
Yeah.
get the love.
It's good. It's good. I'm very happy about it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Happy?
Very happy. मतलब अब जितना प्यार मिले उतना कम है यार. मैं तो भूखा हूँ. जहाँ से भी ब्लेसिंग्स आ रहे हैं बस हाथ खोल के खड़ा हो जाता हूँ. दे दो.
ये कहानी है मेरे प्रभु श्री राम की, उनकी जो मानव से भगवान बन गए, जिनका जीवन था मर्यादा का उत्सव और नाम था राघव.
An epic history, a glorious tale, a worshipped Lord, and his story, Ramayana.
उस रघुनंदन की युग युगांतर से जीवित और जागृत ये कहानी है रामायण की.
That's right. Actor Prabhas will bring the much-loved mythological tale to the big screens with Adipurush. After facing multiple backlashes and postponements in its release date, the epic tale of Ramayan is all set to hit cinemas on June 16th.
अपनी शक्ति पहचानो बजरंग, जो तुम कर सकते हो और कोई नहीं कर सकता.
जय श्री राम.
The trailer of the same premiered across 70 countries and has opened to tons of positive reviews. Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Narottam Mishra, also had good words to share. Even fans were delighted to witness Prabhas as Adipurush Lord Ram and Kriti as Sita. Apart from Prabhas and Kriti, the film will also feature Sunny Singh and Saif Ali Khan.
Hello and welcome. You're with us here on Business Today. I'm Abha Bakaya. Here are the day's top stories. Alarm bells over the poll freebies promised by Congress in Karnataka. Estimates put the burden on state exchequer at more than 60,000 crore rupees a year. Fears that more parties could make more unrealistic promises in coming elections. Sensex and Nifty end considerably lower on profit booking in select heavyweights. HDFC Twins and Reliance Industries lead the fall. Sensex opens 128 points higher, only to close 413 points in the red. Bharti Airtel's consolidated net profit for March quarter surges 89% on quarter to 30 billion rupees. Revenue from operations marginally up at 360 billion rupees. The government hits the pause button on bank privatization. Finance Ministry sources tell BTTV that no more stake sale before general elections next year. Only sale likely to go ahead would be of IDBI Bank. IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnav claims India to emerge as a semiconductor hub in the next 6 years. Says 106 universities across the country already offering courses on the subject. Monsoon to be delayed this year, likely to hit Kerala on the 4th of June, 4 days later than usual. Hot weather to continue deep into June. Turn in weather likely to hit sowing of key kharif crops. While the Congress is still celebrating its decisive victory in Karnataka, there are concerns over the nature of its triumph. One of the big reasons for the Congress sweep is the freebies that it promised to the people of Karnataka. The party's sweep in the coastal state has left many wondering if the state or its people can actually afford these freebies. The concern is multiplied given that several states will go to polls in the next 1 year, and not just the Congress but other parties, including the Aam Aadmi Party, will rely on populism for electoral results.
Congress celebrating its return to power in Karnataka after 5 years. A return powered by anti-incumbency and a slew of poll freebies promised to the people of the state. The Grand Old Party promised every female head of the family 2,000 rupees every month. Every unemployed graduate will get 3,000 rupees every month. Every diploma holder without a job will get half of that amount. Women will be permitted free travel in the state transport buses. And every household gets 200 units of electricity free every month. While some of these freebies come with caveats, data reveals that poll freebies are likely to burden the Karnataka exchequer by more than 60,000 crore rupees a year, an amount equal to the fiscal deficit the state is already shouldering. The new political dispensation in the state has also promised 1 million new jobs, of which 250,000 will be Sarkari, promises that can only add to the fiscal burden of the state. Even though Karnataka is one of India's highest revenue-earning states, with collections till January exceeding full-year revenue estimates by 15%. It faces huge interest payments and liabilities. The interest outgo in the next 3 years is expected to increase nearly 40% from the current fiscal. Debt and other liabilities are expected to skyrocket to 7.3 lakh crore rupees in the next 3 years due to the additional burden of the latest poll promises. It was 9 months ago in October that Prime Minister Narendra Modi had warned against political freebies.
आजकल हमारे देश में मुफ्त की रेवड़ी बांटकर वोट बटोरने का कल्चर लाने की भरसक कोशिश हो रही है। ये रेवड़ी कल्चर देश के विकास के लिए बहुत घातक है। इस रेवड़ी कल्चर से देश के लोगों को और खास करके मेरे युवाओं को बहुत सावधान रहने की जरूरत है।
The efficient implementation of many schemes.
The finance minister had, in this year's budget, allowed states a maximum fiscal deficit of 3.5%, of which half a percentage point was tied to power sector reforms. While a few states have stuck to the targets, there are some where freebies threaten to upset the apple cart. While UP has promised free smartphones and tablets to students and scholarships for girl students of the economically weaker sections, its fiscal deficit has already hit the ceiling of 3.5%. Rajasthan has a free medicine scheme. The Gehlot government has also promised free cycles for girls and free tractor services for farmers, unmindful of its fiscal deficit hitting 4% this year. West Bengal gives 1,000 rupees every month to women from backward classes and 500 rupees a month to women from the general castes. Its deficit this year is expected to 3.8%. The Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab went the whole hog with free power and stipend for women. Its fiscal deficit is expected to be one of the highest at 5%. Tamil Nadu has allowed free travel for women, as well as 4,000 rupees a month to all below poverty line ration card holders. Its fiscal deficit is 3.25%. What's also a big cause of concern is the return of several opposition-ruled states to the old pension system. Some of the top economic thinkers and even the RBI